Okay, when confronted with this type of data, we've got two columns of data here, shots without an audience, shots with an audience, and we are sort of assuming that these are the same people who've been exposed to these two different conditions. So in which case it is a within groups design or a paired design. So individual number 1 scored 4 both times, individual number 2 scored 6 first time, 3 second time. We're interested to see if there's a significant difference between these two columns of data, if the average scores for both of them, in other words, are significantly different. And of course goes without saying that ideally, the data will be parametric and it will conform to some sort of normal distribution. But that notwithstanding, what we have to do is to press the data tab on the top of Excel, come across to the far end, data analysis. You're given a choice then of different tests that you can do, and you choose paired two sample for mean. This is because they are paired samples, it's the same person twice. The other two options you're given there are when you are looking at two distinctly different groups. So we're looking at a paired two sample for mean, press OK. In the first box, select the first box, click your mouse in the first box, come over here, select the column of data. In the second box, you can see I've already done it. In the second box, I'll clean it up anyway and do it again. Come over here, select with the mouse the second box of data. Don't forget to tick that there are labels in the first row, otherwise it will get confused as to whether that's words or numbers. And then click on output range and then select a cell on the spreadsheet. So again, just make sure you click there, but then also make sure you put your mouse in here to click and then click onto the spreadsheet. Then press OK. And what you get now is the average for both columns. You see the average for the column with the audience, it appears to be slightly higher than the one without, which would seem to suggest they perform slightly better with an audience. However, when you come down to look at the p-values, you'll see that the p-value for a open that up, you can see what it says. And the p-value for a one-tailed test is 0.21, which is obviously above 0.05, so it's not significant. And a two-tailed test is even worse. It's always worse for the two-tailed test. So yes, there was a kind of a practical difference between the two columns of data, and the second one did score higher. However, it wasn't significantly different because p was above 0.05. And looking again at those data, you can see that just like using your eye, a couple of people scored really well in the second go, and those have dragged up the average a little bit, but otherwise it looks like most people sort of scored roughly similar to what they scored the first time. So it's inconclusive. More data, though, would definitely increase the chance of getting a better p-value. Okay, so the small amount of data here is actually working against you. But there you go. That's a paired two samples t-test in Excel.